If I had known about programs that help people, I would have, when I was younger, other than fighting a lot and all this other stuff, I would have chose that as my outlet because I had never had anybody in my family to talk to.
If someone had said to me, be like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. You're okay. You're just a human being. That's it. You're not a different person because of it. I might have been less resistant to get help.
If I had known I'm going to have to work a little harder to be like a little more stable, a bit more like everybody else. I'm going to have to work a little harder. I am different. If someone had said, you're different for a reason, like, not instead of struggling, like, why can't I get along with people? Why am I so afraid of people? Why can't I be myself in front of people? But in any case, if someone had told me that you have a rock on your shoulder and you're going to have to walk a little faster than everyone else to keep up, that would have been nice to know.
If somebody had told me that not all therapists are the same and that the fact that the person is a therapist doesn't mean that it's going to work, and that I'm allowed to interview therapists until I find somebody who works for me, that would have been great.
If I had known that the true diagnosis was bipolar type 2, that would have been incredibly helpful because all the medication and therapy just wasn't helpful because they're treating a different disorder than what I had. And I could have avoided a lot of struggling and a lot of really, really, really deep, dark times. So it would have just been helpful to know earlier.
If somebody had just said, you have a purpose, you just need to find it, it would have just made it so much easier.
If I had known that if it's best to simply tell your family how you're truly feeling, you wouldn't have wasted 5 to 6 years of your life repressing the anger, causing you to have deep depressions, horrific nightmares, erupt like a volcano, and risk doing self-harm. And when you try to tell them how you would probably have a little bit more courage than getting upset all the time because your parents or your family dynamics was rough, and the threats of telling them that I would end up in a mental hospital wouldn't hurt so bad.
If I had known how important it is to be honest with the people who are trying to help you. I mean, that whole issue with what's her actual diagnosis. I mean, mine changed like 4 times in the course of like 7 years. But, if I had been more revealing about what really goes on inside my head, it probably would have been bipolar NOS, and it would have stayed that way.
This is just like obviously something that never could have happened, but I wish someone had been like, oh, you're going to go through 5 years of feeling like shit, feeling like you want to kill yourself, but at the end you're going to be the person who you want to be, who you wanted to be 5 years ago.